Welcome to day 9 of the Trading for Dummies bootcamp. This strategy that we're about to go over, I don't just use it with day trading, even though it absolutely freaking kills it with day trading, but I also use it for swing trading. If I want to buy any stocks or any crypto, this is the strategy that I'm using. I'm super excited to share with you guys so you guys can build your arsenal so you're not just stuck trading or day trading. Well, even though the strategy works for day trading and I use it almost every single day when I am day trading, it's also something that is pretty universal. So you can use it if you're trying to buy some stocks or you're trying to know the right time to buy a stock or some cryptocurrency or anything like that. So I'm super excited to share it with you guys because this thing absolutely freaking rips it for me. I'll see y'all in the video. So that was the support or resistance strategy. Now for my third strategy that we're going to go over inside of this video. This is honestly one of my favorite strategies to trade, regardless if I'm trading futures. It works amazing with crypto. It works absolutely amazing with stocks as well. Whether you want to trade it intraday or swing trade it, it doesn't really matter. I love this strategy. It's one of the main strategies I use whenever I'm trying to swing trade, or if the opportunity occurs when I'm trying to look for an intraday trade as well, I'll take this setup as well. And this strategy is called the squeeze strategy. It's done primarily on the 15-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame. And essentially what it is, we haven't really talked too much about trend lines in this entire course, but essentially what trend lines are. So I mentioned to you guys, obviously, we know that price goes up, down, up, down, up, down. I did a horrible drawing just now. Let me redo that. It goes up, down a little bit, 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 right? This is an uptrend. Now we can use these trend lines to, I call it in simple terms, connect the dots, connect the lows. So we see we have a low here, a low here, a low here. We'll just draw a line that connects all of them. And what ends up happening is sometimes these trend lines can actually be used as support or resistance zones because price continues to come down to this trend line and it will continue to bounce off of it. It'll continue to bounce off of it, continue to bounce off of it. Now, me personally, I've never traded trend lines as support or resistance, meaning I don't enter buys when it taps onto these trend lines and treats it like a support zone or a resistance zone. I've always traded them taking breakouts. And you remember I talked about breakouts before when it comes to regular support or resistance, where when price continuously respects the zone and then it breaks out of it, we would then look for a retest, right? But there are times when you could just take that straight breakout of that zone and actually take a trade. I do have one of the strategies inside my inner circle. I go over that strategy as well, just that breakout strategy itself when it comes to regular support or resistance, because a lot of times you can take that opportunity as well instead of just waiting for the retest, because as I mentioned to you guys, the retest does not always happen. So taking that breakout can allow you to make some money for that day if you wanted to. But we're not talking about that right now. Essentially, we're looking at breakouts of trend lines, but not just any type of trend lines. So we know markets always create these higher highs and these higher lows when we're in an uptrend, right? Now we know that when price is in an uptrend, price will continuously make higher highs and higher lows. But there are times when price will make lower highs as well as higher lows. And that looks something like this, where you see we're making continuous lower highs while also making continuous higher lows. And this, if we look at it and connect the dots on both the top and the bottom, like this and like this, it's forming a triangle, or I call it a squeeze. And this is the setup that we're looking for with this specific strategy. We're looking for times when price is creating lower highs and higher lows at the same exact time. Because what ends up happening is as it's creating these lower highs and these higher lows, price is continuously respecting these areas, right? Creating these these higher lows and these lower highs at the same time, and it's squeezing it into tighter and tighter ranges. What ends up happening is when it breaks either of these ranges, it'll usually break it very strong, and you can catch that breakout and make a lot of money, whether it sells to the downside or buys to the upside. So how do we capitalize on this? I'm going to show you guys it inside the drawing as far as my entries, what I'm looking for, but then I'm going to show you some real examples on the charts. So when price starts to trend, right? When we start noticing it happening, we see some lower highs being created and higher lows being created. We want to see at least 2 rejections at the top and the bottom. So if we see this high and this high, if we're able to connect 2 high points at the top trend line, that's great. But we also need to have 2 taps at the lower trend line as well, because I wouldn't take a squeeze on a time where price just created 1 high and 1 low for something like this, right? I would not look for a squeeze like this. I need to see at least 2 rejections at the upper trend line and 2 rejections at the lower trend line. It has to look something like this. And then I'm not just taking the trade as soon as it breaks out of the trend line, because same thing when it comes to support or resistance. With trend lines, price can go a little bit outside of it, and that still classifies as it respecting it. Price can go a little bit above it, price can go a little bit below it, but it still is respecting it. What I'm looking for the extra confirmation to actually enter into the trade is I am looking for price to not just break out of the trend line, but break a recent low, or the most recent low, or the most recent high. Same thing that we were just looking at in the other strategy. For example, with this setup right here, right? I wouldn't just enter the trade as soon as price breaks above this trend line. It would need to break above this trend line and break above this recent high. So I would get entered into the trade as soon as it breaks above this recent high. And then what I'm doing is I'm putting my stop loss below a recent low. Keep in mind, I'm looking for this squeeze to actually happen on the 15-minute time frame. But once I'm getting close to an entry, I'm going down to the 5-minute time frame for my actual entry. But nonetheless, I'd enter as soon as it breaks above a recent high and breaks outside of this squeeze. My stop loss would be below the recent low on the 5-minute time frame. Like I said, we'll go over a real life example of this in a second. And then we're just targeting recent highs. We could either target that recent high, or if there's someone up here or one up here, we could target that. I don't have a set risk to reward ratio that I'm going for, but most of the time I don't like to take anything less than a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio trade. But there are some exceptions, like if it's a absolutely beautiful setup, I'll take it if it's like a 1.8 or something like that. But that is essentially the squeeze strategy. That's exactly what we're looking for drawn out. Now let's look at the actual charts. So we're on our 15-minute time frame here. Let's delete all this. I have a really clean example here. Now, if you didn't know, inside of my inner circle, you actually get to see how I implement all of this information inside of the markets every single day. You get to come and trade live with me every day. You have the opportunity to copy every single trade that I take in real time. You have the ability to ask me any questions because I will coach you one-on-one. Now, if that's interesting for you, I'll leave a link for my inner circle in the description of this video to help you get started implementing all of this information. Now, you can do this on regular candlesticks or Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. It doesn't really matter. I personally believe it's a lot easier to see these rejections on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks rather than on regular candlesticks. Let's rewind a little bit. So as we see here, we can see a squeeze is happening. We're creating lower highs, right? And also creating higher lows, right? Now this is, you can see this, but if you go to Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, it makes it just a little bit easier to see it because we have all these differentiating colors. So it's really up to you. But like I said, I think it's a little bit easier to see it on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. But nonetheless, we see it right here. We'll do this example on regular candlesticks. But we see it right here. We see price has at least 2 rejections at both the upper trend line and the lower trend line. We see 1 right here, 2 right here, 3 right here at the top. We see 1 on the bottom, 2 on the bottom, 3 on the bottom, 4 rejections on the bottom. Then what we would look for is either a break of this low, since this is the most recent low, or this high, since this is the most recent high. Now, we go down to the 5-minute time frame when we know we're looking for a setup. Keep in mind, the further it gets into the squeeze, the more likely we're about to get a setup. So right now, you see we're getting closer into our triangle, closer into our squeeze area here. So now we just wait to see if we get an entry. Let's just fast forward a little bit. So we didn't quite break the low yet. This looks like it broke the high. So we would have entered as soon as it broke the high. We'd put our stop loss right below the most recent low. The most recent low is right here. And then we would target, let's say, this recent high up here. Let's say we're just targeting this recent high. So we would enter the trade as soon as it broke this most recent high right here. This is our entry. We're entered into the trade. We can fast forward, see how this plays out, and we can see that it ended up playing out and hitting our full take profit. I'm pretty sure it ended up going even further as well, so we could have held this trade a little bit longer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, we could have held it to, I guess, closer to this high over here. So for about a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on this specific trade. Now, that's one example. Let's go over another example because I want to make sure you guys really understand it, and we'll do this one on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks so we can see what that looks like, right? So here in this example, we can clearly see we have 1 rejection here, 2 rejections here, 3 rejections on the upper trend line. Here we have 1 rejection, we have 2 rejection, and this is the 3rd rejection right here on the lower trend line. And as you see, well, technically we only have 2 rejections on this trend line due to the fact that this would be our 2nd trend line rejection. And we'd be looking for a break of it. And we see on this candlestick here, it looks like it's about to break it. well, right here would be the breaker bid. So as soon as it breaks below this low right here, we'd get entered into the trade. We'd put our stop loss above a recent high point. This is the most recent high point over here. We could target this low right here, but that is a bit, this risk reward ratio is pretty trash. So let's just try and target a zone over here or something like that. This is a 1-to-1. So let's just see how this ends up playing out. So that was the entry right here. We now would have been inside of the trade, and we can fast forward and see that this trade would have ended up winning here on the 5-minute time frame. But keep in mind, I saw this set up on the 15-minute time frame. So we had 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection on the 15-minute time frame, and 2 rejections on the lower trend line on the 15-minute time frame as well. But like I said, we enter on the 5-minute time frame. But as you see, this trade would have won. We would have won ourselves a quick 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Could have held it a little bit longer and made some more money, but we're perfectly fine with taking that 1-to-1. So as I mentioned, essentially the strategy is simply waiting to see lower highs and higher lows being created at the same exact time, and then taking the breakout as soon as it breaks not just the trend line, but also breaks either the recent high or the recent low. That's when we're taking our entry.